Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The DTC code P0111 refers to an issue with the intake air temperature IAT sensor circuit, specifically related to range or performance problems. This is significant as the IAT sensor plays a crucial role in measuring the temperature of the air entering the engine. This information is vital for the engine control module, ECM, to adjust the fuel-air mixture for optimal combustion. The IAT sensor is typically located near the mass airflow MAF sensor, usually positioned in the intake manifold or air intake duct. When the sensor's data is unreliable, it may lead to poor engine performance, increased emissions, and reduced fuel efficiency. Before proceeding with troubleshooting, it is essential to document all freeze frame data and onboard snapshots, as this can provide context for the diagnostic process. The intake air temperature IAT sensor is critical in managing engine performance. It measures the temperature of the air entering the engine, allowing the engine control module, ECM, to determine the appropriate air-fuel mixture for combustion. Located adjacent to the mass airflow MAF sensor, this sensor directly impacts engine efficiency and performance. If the readings from this sensor are erratic or incorrect, the ECM can respond poorly, leading to issues like rough idling or stalling conditions. Typically, the IAT sensor transmits data to the ECM, which adjusts various parameters accordingly. Thus, a malfunctioning IAT sensor could cause a range of performance issues, underscoring its importance in vehicle operation. When diagnosing the P0111 code, it is essential to consider several possible causes. The first and most common issue is poor connections, which can occur at the terminals of the IAT sensor or related components such as the MAF sensor or the engine coolant temperature ECT sensors. Faulty wiring is another significant factor that could lead to incorrect readings or intermittent failures. A damaged wire or connector might disrupt the sensor's voltage, causing the ECM to receive invalid data. Additionally, the IAT sensor itself can become faulty due to wear and tear or exposure to extreme conditions, necessitating its replacement. Each of these causes can significantly impact performance and should be carefully inspected during troubleshooting. Symptoms associated with the P0111 error code often manifest in various ways affecting vehicle operation. You may notice engine performance issues, such as rough idling, stalling, or hesitation during acceleration, which can make driving uncomfortable and potentially unsafe. This can be attributed to incorrect air-fuel mixture adjustments caused by erroneous readings from the IAT sensor. Additionally, you might experience decreased fuel efficiency, as the engine may run richer or leaner than optimal, leading to wasted fuel. Finally, the check engine light will typically illuminate, prompting drivers to consider diagnostics. If these symptoms present themselves, it is crucial to address them promptly to avoid more severe engine issues. In the first troubleshooting step for DTC P0111, you are required to conduct a visual inspection of the connectors associated with the MAF sensor, IAT sensor, and the ECT sensors. This step is critical because poor connections or loose terminals can cause data transmission issues between the sensors and the ECM. Inspect each connector for signs of corrosion, bent pins, or any physical damage. Once you confirm the integrity of the connections, you can determine whether they are contributing to the problem. If you find that the connections and terminals are satisfactory, proceed to the next troubleshooting step. If not, it's essential to repair any faulty connections before continuing, as this can resolve the issue without further diagnostics. The second step in troubleshooting DTC P0111 entails a performance check of the IAT sensor, particularly under low temperature conditions. Start by removing the MAF IAT sensor from its position, allowing it to cool down to the ambient temperature, which is the surrounding air temperature. Once cooled, connect the MAF IAT sensor to its respective 5-pin connector, but avoid reinstalling it yet. Turn the ignition switch to the on position to power the system without starting the vehicle. Utilize the HDS Honda Diagnostic System to quickly note the reading from the IAT sensor in the data list. It is crucial to compare this value to the ambient temperature. If the IAT reading deviates by 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 3 degrees Celsius, the sensor is likely faulty and should be replaced. If it remains within this range, the sensor is functional at ambient conditions, prompting a move to the next troubleshooting step. In the third troubleshooting step, your objective is to assess the IAT sensor's performance under high temperature conditions. Begin by disconnecting the MAF IAT sensor from its 5P connector once again for safer manipulation. Using a heat gun, direct hot air onto the sensor for a few seconds. Be cautious not to overheat the sensor, as this can cause permanent damage. After applying heat, reconnect the MAF IAT sensor to its connector, without reinstalling it in place to avoid interference. Retrieve the IAT sensor reading through the Honda Diagnostic System HDS once more. If you observe a change of 76 degrees Fahrenheit or 42 degrees Celsius or more, it indicates an intermittent failure, and the system is functioning correctly at that moment. If the reading does not change significantly, it is likely that the sensor is defective and should be replaced. Repair verification is a critical part of the troubleshooting process after replacing the IAT sensor or making repairs to rectify issues found in previous steps. Start by turning the ignition switch to the on position. Use the HDS to reset the engine control module, ECM, which helps clear any erroneous codes or memory associated with past issues. Following the reset, perform the ECM idle learn procedure, which ensures that the module recalibrates and understands how to manage engine idling under normal conditions. After completing these procedures, it is essential to check for any pending or confirmed DTCs using the HDS. If the P0111 code reappears, it indicates ongoing issues that must be addressed, potentially revisiting the earlier troubleshooting steps. If no diagnostic trouble codes are indicated, it confirms that the troubleshooting process is complete. Final repair verification involves a thorough confirmation that no further diagnostic trouble codes are present and that all repairs have been effective. It is critical to ensure that the vehicle's systems operate as intended post-repair. Once the repair verification process has established that the P0111 code or any other diagnostic trouble code remains absent, take the car for a test drive under various driving conditions. This step is essential as it allows you to observe the vehicle's performance in real-world situations, checking for smooth acceleration, proper idling, and no illumination of the check engine light. If issues reoccur during the test drive, further investigation into the affected components may be necessary. A successful final repair verification indicates that the troubleshooting steps have resolved the issue effectively. In conclusion, understanding the importance of the intake air temperature IAT sensor in your Honda vehicle is crucial for diagnosing and repairing issues relating to error code P0111. Following the outlined troubleshooting steps systematically can help identify the root of the problem, whether it be a loose connection, faulty sensor, or damaged wiring. Timely diagnosis and correction of IAT sensor issues can significantly enhance vehicle performance and efficiency. Always remember to document your findings, including reset and repair verifications for optimal outcomes. Promptly addressing any symptoms associated with the P0111 code will ensure that your vehicle remains in prime working condition, putting you back on the road safely and efficiently. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.